Sean, what happened next? Does it appear to you that the plane is still inside the World Trade Center?
From my angle, I'm viewing south towards the Statue of Liberty and towards the World Trade Center. It looks like it is embedded in the building. I can't see from my vantage point whether it has come out the other side.
Richard Hack, thank you very much. We appreciate. The book is called Hughes. We want to go live right now and show you a picture of the World Trade Center, where I understand. Do we have it? No, we do not.
We want to tell you what we know as we know it. We just got a report in that there's been some sort of explosion at the World Trade Center in New York City. One report said, and we can't confirm any of this, that a plane may have hit one of the two towers of the World Trade Center. But again, you're seeing the live pictures here. We have no further details than that. We don't know anything about what they have concluded happened there this morning, but we're going to find out and, of course, make sure that everybody knows on the air.
These are, of course, the two twin Trade Center buildings that are down at the foot of Manhattan, that they really are the beacons of New York. It was there that there was the explosion a couple of years ago, brought about by terrorists. That's all gone through the courts, but this we don't know anything about. We don't know about anything that has happened here other than the fact that there's obviously been a major incident there.
Michael, our producer, is just telling me that we understand it's possibly a 737 jet that has crashed into Tower Number 1 of the World Trade Center building. Possibly a 737 jet that just crashed into Tower Number 1 of the World Trade Center.
Again, these are only sketchy details. We'll just stay with pictures. News Chopper 7. I believe John Del Giorno is in the air. John, if you can hear me, what do you see up there? Okay, so John's not with us at this moment. It's 8:52 here in New York. I'm Bryant Gumbel. We understand that there has been a plane crash on the southern tip of Manhattan. You're looking at the World Trade Center. We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that. We don't know if it was a commercial aircraft. We don't know if it was a private aircraft. We have no idea how many were on board or what the extent of the injuries are right now. We have, I understand, an eyewitness on the phone right now. Sir.
As Matt just mentioned, we have a breaking news story to tell you about. Apparently, a plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center here in New York City. It happened just a few moments ago, apparently. We have very little information available at this point in time. But on the phone, we do have Jennifer Oberstein, who apparently witnessed this event. Jennifer, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Katie.
Stuart, where are you right now?
I'm working at a restaurant in Soho.
All right, so tell us what you saw, if you would.
I was waiting at a table and I literally saw it seemed to be like a small plane. I just heard a couple noises. It looked like it bounced off the building, and then I just saw a huge ball of fire on top. And then the smoke seemed to simmer down, and it just a lot of smoke was coming out, and that's pretty much the extent of what I saw.
A private aircraft?
I'm not sure if it was it just seemed like a smaller plane. I don't think it was anything commercial.
Could you tell us whether or not there was a prop or a jet?
I honestly don't know. It happened too quickly.
It looks like it's like the top, I can't even tell you, maybe 20 floors. Intense smoke. It's horrible. I can't even describe it to you.
Do you have any idea what kind of plane it was?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any idea what hit the World Trade Center?
What it was?
Yeah, what kind of plane? We're getting reports that an airplane hit the building.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Honestly, I was walking up, and it looked up and saw a big boom and fire. I got to tell you, we were all saying around here that it was very interesting that it would be a bomb and it would be so high up.
Characterize the scene for us down there right now, if you would.
Excuse me?
Can you tell us about the scene down there right now?
Right now, people are just on the street looking at the building. The building, there's just a lot of smoke. It's not too crazy down where I am.
How far away from the World Trade Center specifically are you?
I'm actually on Thompson Street North. I'm not too far.
Whatever you love, it's all right here. DirecTV. Welcome back to Fox News. We have a very tragic alert for you right now. An incredible plane crash into the World Trade Center here at the lower tip of Manhattan.
It's believed a 737 has crashed into. There's speculation at this point, but at least 3 floors taken out, crashed into the side of the building. Joining us right now, one of the producers with Fox Report, Owen Mugan on the scene. Owen, what do you know? What do you see? Where are you?
Yeah, Brian, I'm on the roof of my building, which is about 5 blocks to the south of the World Trade Center. I'm looking right now at the World Trade Center. There's a massive gaping hole on the second tower. It's about 15 stories from the roof. It's just unbelievable to look at. There's a massive hole.
It looks like something out of a movie. There is a huge hole in the side of Tower Number 1.
Tower 1.
This angle is a little deceptive. As you know, there are 2 Trade Center towers, and the second tower there is hidden behind the first. This is really almost the picture postcard of New York City. It's that and the Empire State Building, I guess, are the 2 most recognizable symbols of New York. There you can see the 2, well, we had there for just briefly the other angle of the World Trade Center towers.
Tony, you know, I'm keeping asking you to describe this for me because as I'm telling...
what had happened was I was taking the garbage out of the building to go into the freight entrance to dump it. When I heard this big roaring, what's going on? I looked up, and there's this plane zooming right over, not too high up. And then the next thing I hear in a few seconds was boom. So I ran up to the corner, and there it was, right in the middle of the World Trade Center.
Something has either crashed into the World Trade Center. If it I'm just told that Metro Traffic is reporting that it was indeed a plane crash. If that's the case, where's the plane?
Just for our viewers who are just tuning in right now, you're looking at a live picture of the World Trade Center tower where, according to eyewitness Sean Murtaugh, he is a vice president of finance, an eyewitness to what he describes as a twin-engine plane or possibly a 737 passenger jet flying into the World Trade Center. It appears to be still embedded inside the building.
This happened about 8:48 a.m. is when news first came of it. Associated Press is reporting very little more than that. We do have an eyewitness who is joining us on the phone. Sir or ma'am, just say your name and tell us what you saw there.
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Libby Clark, and I am on the 33rd floor of Mercer Street, and we felt the plane fly right over us, and then I thought it looked like it was going to go right in the World Trade Center, and then it was going to veer off, but it slammed directly into it.
Libby, did it look like a large or a small plane? Was it a passenger plane or perhaps a large jet?
I believe it's a passenger plane. It was relatively large. I mean, it wasn't the size of a jet.
We have Marcella Palmer now joining us with a little bit more information. Marcella, where are you and what can you tell us? Marcella, you there? Okay, apparently we're still trying to establish connection with Marcella Palmer.
Sean, once again, we're looking at these pictures, and
I
you're
see them
telling
in my
us,
office. I have them on all my TVs.
And you're telling us you believe the plane remains embedded.
I can't tell from my vantage point.
All right. Sean, thank you so much for your eyewitness account.
It's 8:54 right now. Stuart, can you tell me when this happened exactly?
I would have to say about 10 minutes ago.
About 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Is this normally an area that is heavily trafficked by aircraft, or is this an area that aircraft steer pretty clear of?
You know, I really don't know that information.
Just what you're seeing right there, that apparently, from the reports, again by the Associated Press and from what you're seeing, that a plane, possibly a 737 jet, hit Tower 1 of the World Trade Center in the Financial District. Reports that debris falling to the ground, and that's where we are with the story right now.
Libby, did you see the parts of the plane drop down? Because we don't see any.
No, it looks like the plane. I'm looking right at it from the 33rd floor on Mercer Street, and I don't see that the plane seems to be in there.
It seems to be in there, okay.
I'm told by the control room that we're obviously trying to talk to people in that neighborhood who have been a little closer to it than you are, Ollie. Do we have any people to talk to?
Sure, we've got some people here walking away. Excuse me, sir, did you see what happened?
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I saw something like bomb, and...
Did you see anything hit the building, or did it come from the building?
That's the bomb, I think so.
Something hit the building?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, we got some other people. They're all rushing away from the site.
We don't blame them, especially that fellow with a little girl in his arms.
There, right now we want to go to our affiliate NYW reporting on this as we speak.
With a little girl in his arms.
Did you see what happened, sir? Did you see what happened? What happened?
Well, I was in the past train, and there was a huge explosion sound. Everyone came out. A large section of the building is blown out, around like the 80th floor.
Was it hit by something, or was it something inside?
It was inside. Because it looked out. Everything was coming out. All the windows were coming out. All the papers were
What is on
coming
the sidewalk?
I didn't see anything.
Was there any people hurt, do you know?
I just ran, and everyone in the past train just ran. I don't know if anyone was hurt, but I assume they were because the windows were all blown out.
All right, thank you.
Ollie, you would have to assume a very, very terrible situation if that indeed is the case, because I'm sure there were people up there in that. There were people up there in that World Trade Center. Now, we have lost, again, our transmitter is on top of the World Trade Center, so we apparently have consequently lost contact with Dick Oliver. But we are on the phone with an eyewitness. Rosa, can you hear me?
But we can see that the building, there is a lot of structural damage, and there is a lot of smoke.
Yes, ma'am. I just hope nobody got. I wish they weren't there. Oh my God, this is a real disaster if anybody's gone to work.
Tony, thank you very much. We appreciate your sharing this, what you witnessed with us.
My pleasure. Thank you, sir. And I'm at 31 East 12th Street.
Okay.
It's hard for us to tell from the picture we're seeing just how far down from the top that plane crashed. Have you any better eyesight to it from your vantage point?
Not really. All I know is it definitely wasn't the top of the building, because that seems to be intact from what I saw. I really can't tell right now.
Can you tell us anything about how much debris came crashing to the ground and whether or not anybody was hurt as a result?
I honestly don't know. I just saw a lot of what looked like crumbling glass, maybe just a lot of stuff falling down, but not, I can't tell you debris-wise.
So you saw a plane crash into the side of the World Trade Center?
Yes, sir.
And
I'm like on the 14th floor, so I was just like looking out, you know, because there's like a fire, something like fire staircase or something, you know, just like a little balcony. And I saw it go right into the building, and I was like, oh my God, you know. And it was a big plane. It wasn't, you know, a little plane. It was fairly big.
how big, can you tell us? Give us an idea.
I don't know. I would say it's like a plane that I board on to go to, well.
Don, where are you and what do you know?
I'm about 4 or 5 blocks just north of the World Trade Center. And at about 10, I would say 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, there was a loud sound that I can only describe as it sounded like a missile, not an airplane. Then there was a loud explosion and immediately lots of screaming out on the streets. And I don't want to cause any speculation, but that's the only way I could describe the sound. And it was definitely not the sound of a prop plane or anything like that.
There are tons of people in the streets. There are papers, things fluttering out. I can't see any evidence of what it was that could have crashed. All I can see is that this massive, gaping hole with tons of black smoke falling out of the building.
Owen, we have a satellite picture right now. That is it.
A live picture. As you can see, Edie, this is different. This is a different perspective than we saw earlier. The plane obviously went in on one side and came out the other. There's debris all over the ground down below.
On part.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, we've seen stories in the past where planes have hit buildings, small planes, and it would be hard to imagine that a small plane could create that kind of hole in a building like the World Trade Center and create the damage on the other side of the building from the sheer impact. Small planes tend to crumple and then fall down the building. Again, we haven't talked to anyone who's close to the base of the building, so we don't know what kind of debris or wreckage. Yes, go ahead, Jennifer.
I'm sorry, I'm just talking to a police officer right here, and he says yes, he heard it was a plane.
Does he have any information about what kind of plane it was, or can he tell us any more details?
May I? I'm going to put you on hold for one moment, okay?
And also, from one of our perspectives, we can see that not only are there gaping holes, but debris continues to fall down below at this hour.